Hey, how's it going? Look, I found a Nick. Nick, I found you. Here you are. Nick's a red Tarn facing a blue Zerg on the ladder. On the ladder. On the ladder. So nothing different here. Make a couple Marines, push out. This hatch is up really early, which is good because it means there's no ling speed at 550, which is a dangerous, scary thing that I'm always very dangerously scared of. Pushing out with far too few Marines, I think. I feel. But look at this spine crawler, building the bunker in range of spine crawler. That's not going to go well for you, buddy. That's not going to go well for you unless you're planning on canceling it. And you just wanted to get those. Didn't go well for you, buddy. This is kind of going well right here, though. Force him to make the zerglings. You got it. You got it. Sorry, I'm just trying to check if he's making zerglings, but I can just look right here. He is. So this aggression from Nick is doing exactly what he wants it to do, forcing his opponent to spend all those larva eggs on something other. Nice! Nice, I love it! Other than drones, is what I meant to say. Other than drones. He stopped sending more, which is, he's probably afraid of ling speed. What he doesn't know is that dumbass here didn't even get gas. So actually Nick could have continued his marine harass for a really long time and continued to do lots and lots of scary things, like come down over here and hit the queen, walk back and hit the queen, walk back and wait for him to move this down. Then we move that down, walk back up here and walk in and hit the sunken and move back and hit the sunken and move back, because it takes 10 marines to kill... No, 10 marines to kill a sunken with minimal losses, maybe 3 marines lost, and 5 marines to kill a sunken, I think. Maybe 5? Yeah, 5 marines to kill a sunken. $250 to kill a sunken. Anyway, so all of that, what he could have done speech is irrelevant because he didn't know the guy had no gas and there's no way for him to know. So he did the right move. He did a ton of economic damage with his early nonsense. And then he just skedaddled, man, fell back to a reasonable position. Now, you'll notice size of Iraq's is 3, size of this is 2. So that's a total of distance of 5, and that means this bunker is 5 distance away from this ramp, and therefore 6 distance away from the edge of the ramp, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. The range on a marine inside a bunker is 6. So I see people all the time build a marine right here against the ramp. You don't have to, because a bunker here covers the ramp. The marines can hit the ramp, and they can hit all the way over to there. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Love it. It's good times. This, however, I really dislike, because a zergling coming this way would only be in range of this for half a second, and then he'd be like, pow, pow, kill your workers, and this isn't in range of the workers, and it also isn't in range of the ramp. This bunker is not in range of anything. It's totally useless. I don't like it. I would have liked to see that here, and then a third bunker, you know, back here, covering this bunker, and the ramp. That'd be pretty sweet. You always want at least one bunker covering the actual workers on your expo, because the idea of that 3 bunker setup is that you're tempting him to baneling bust this front bunker, because he thinks, he comes up here and all he gets to see is this, and he thinks, oh, only 1 bunker. If I knock that down, I've got free access to everything. But then this falls, you lift this supply depot, the 2 supply depots, look at this double wall in, and then these guys are protected by another bunker, and there's another bunker in here. So he spends all this money busting in, and then he's kind of stuck doing nothing useful. Nothing useful. He can't kill workers because of the 2 bunkers on that, and he can't get up the ramp because of the double walling and the bunker shooting at him, and it's just like, oh my god, I busted for no reason, and now I'm totally screwed. So I talked for a really long time about something that nobody cares about, and I'm good at doing that. I should stop. Stop it. Stop it, me. So, upgrades. He doesn't have an armory yet, but it's finished. Oh, beautiful, Nick. I love it. You finished the armory right as you finished the upgrades. It's so tits. Good job. Great job. Starting 2-2 very early. This means it's going to be done at like 14 minutes instead of 15, so that's great. Stim and combat shields are going to be done in time. That's perfect. All of this. So the build he's doing is called Uber Ups. Now there's kind of a misconception we discussed recently with the Uber Ups build. Uber Ups just means you're going for a 2-2 and some Marines and some medevacs by 15 minutes to go make the Zerg suffer. Suffer! Right? And there's a lot of other things that are important to do while you're doing that, but they're all kind of optional. The thing that gives it the name is the massive amount of upgrades by 15 minutes before you start losing mineral fields at your main. So in the beginning, I actually did Marine Thor a lot, and then we did Marine Thor tank, and then we did Marine tank medevac, and then we realized medevacs by themselves are basically the only thing you need to spend gas on. So we just went Marine tons of medevacs, like double reactor starport only medevacs, just tons of them, huge amounts of medevacs. And recently, with the addition of infestors, mass marine medevac isn't working so well anymore, and that's actually why Nick sent me this game, is he's saying to me, you know, there's a really hard counter to mass marine medevac, and it is ling infestor. But luckily, if you see, Nick already has a medevac. Unsolicited message. I wanted to pass along a hello and thank you. Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you. Anyway, Nick already has a medevac, so he's not going to attack for 2 more minutes. That means he's macroing, he's doing stuff, and he's not planning on using this medevac or any of these guys. So you can load up in here, do a drop at the dude's main. Don't even worry about doing any damage. Pick up your drock and run away back over here. So that it's not, the drop that I'm talking about wouldn't be meant to do damage. It'd just be meant to provoke this mutalisks, right? Now, luckily for Nick, he didn't even have to do a drop in order to convince his opponent to make mutalisks, because his opponent is stupid enough to make mutalisks all on his own. Now, why I say stupid enough and why I say trying to provoke mutalisks. Mutalisks are a really great unit. They're very quick and all that other crap, but the things that make them great are negated by an upgraded Marine build, right? Because a very small number of Marines can kill a very large number of mutalisks. Marines are a hard counter to mutalisks, especially once they have stim, combat shields, and medevacs nearby. They can stim, kill a crap ton of mutalisks, and then get healed up. So it's great. So when you're going Marine medevac, you're planning. I mean, the goal of that build is to force mutalisks, because that's what the build is good against. Mutalisks and basically mutalisks. And it's really easy to force mutalisks because the only thing Zerg can do against air is make his own air. There's no good Zerg ground counter to air. Like, Hydralisks just melt before Marines and Marauders. And infestors, they're not really very good anti-air. I mean, they're good in general, and they can be used in a pinch as anti-air, but take 1 battlecruiser against 3 infestors, and eventually you'll run out of mind control and fungal growth and just die. Like, in order to do anti-air, you need to have a Spire. Anyway, so yeah. Even though I was mentioning that a drop is great for forcing mutalisks, it's kind of irrelevant now because he already made mutalisks, so I take it all back. So let's take